All right, well, several months back, I was at, I think it was Half Price Books, and found a copy of Jackals, The Fall of the Children of Bronze. And I said at the time when I uh, did my first look video at that I would try it sometime to pick up Jackals, but I hadn't seen it around, and I didn't pick it up. So, anyway, I found a deal. I found a very good price on it, and I found Jackals. So I picked it up. Let's see if I can do this without glare and if I can actually read it. Jackals is a role-playing game of Bronze Age sword and sorcery set in the land of Zaharetis, or Zaharets, I don't know, known as the Land of Risings, inspired by the myths, cultures, and history of ancient Near East, and by such texts as the Iliad and the Epic of Gilgamesh, and the Old Testament. The Zaharets is rife. Okay, is rife with monstrous creatures, cruel beast folk, and ruins of ancient civilizations that came before. Play as jackals, mighty warriors, and cunning ritualists. I can use words. Welcomed and distrusted in equal measure by the people of the land, and discover the secrets of the past, stand against the forces of chaos, and make your mark upon history. White on dark background is rough enough. It's also kind of dark here, and my eyes just don't get any younger. So let's see if, oh my gosh, that print is so small. Yeah, I don't think any of that's going to show up on my camera, so sorry to this man. Well, here we go. There's our author. All right, we have introduction. Welcome to Jackals, the game. What is Kalpsis? That's a good question. What is Zaharets? What is the Zaharets? I don't know. It's weird. Anyway, cultural overviews. We have looks like 4 major cultures, character creation, the clash system. I wonder if London's calling. Let's see, rights, which I assume is magic, advancement, gazetteer of the war road, running the game. Oh, there's more. A bestiary, and then 3 adventures and an appendix. Nice. This is this yeah, I think this is like a stitch bound book. It's like it feels almost like it's gonna not quite lay flat, but close to. That's nice. The print is very small. I don't know. I mean, I'm getting more and more sensitive to that relatively quickly. I feel like my eyesight has turned to crap in the last like 5-10 years. But little ding on there. I mean, I didn't pay very much for this, so I can't complain too loudly, but it is annoying nonetheless. Yeah, it's got nice art. I want to make sure this is showing up without too much glare. Yeah, it does seem to be. Yeah. The clash system, I feel like this is a percentage. Yeah, it is a percentile system, which is cool. That tends to work for me. I got my start on basic role playing, so I like percentage. I've always enjoyed that more than, usually more than other mechanics. Although I don't know, I enjoy some dice pool mechanics too. I enjoy a lot of mechanics. I'm just not as big a fan of the D20 hit a target number as some folks are. Although it's not terrible. So this looks like kind of typical Osprey stuff. Quality, nice art, looks well organized. I'll have to give it a read. I said I think I said in the video for the Fall of Children of Bronze that I very much wanted to get into RuneQuest Glorantha. I love the setting and the lore and the depth of it. I think that's fascinating, and it's obvious it has a very strong fan base. There's so much amazing fan material that's been made for it, so much high quality stuff. The books, the quality of the books from Chaosium have been amazing. But the system, it's like, it was like, how much can we graft onto basic role playing until it's no longer fun? And they found the answer, I think, and I kind of just racked my brain. There was also I also kind of had the problem that I will admit I have not read up on the game as much as I should have, but what I kept running into with RuneQuest was I couldn't imagine what a game actually would look like, what it would look like to bring it to the table, how it would play out. And it literally took me watching a little play video of a video game set in Glorantha. I can't remember, 6 Ages or something like that. It took me watching a little play video of that before I started to really kind of conceive of what bringing RuneQuest to the table would look like. All of that said, one of the things that appeals to me about Jackals is that this feels like a more, and I haven't read it, so I can't say that it is, but it feels like a more approachable Bronze Age sword and sorcery kind of game. And if it does in fact work as more approachable as I hope that it is, I wonder if maybe this might be what I use to fill the void that is there from RuneQuest, but also maybe to use my RuneQuest material alongside a system that clicks with my brain a little better. I don't know if that's true, but I suspect it might be, because there's just stuff about the RuneQuest role-playing in Glorantha that does not work for me. And honestly, RuneQuest has always been a little iffy going way back, because I remember when I used to run a lot of basic role-playing, I used to raid the RuneQuest rulebooks. This would have been, I think, 2nd or 3rd edition, whichever version was owned by Avalon Hill. I used to raid a bunch of books from that for monsters and that sort of thing. And even then, I remember reading through some of the mechanics and thinking like, boy, this is just too crunchy. I didn't have the word at the time. I don't think I had heard the phrase crunchy being used for a system that was too complicated. But at the time, I remember reading through it and being like, this is too much. There's too much mechanics here. And I think that the current edition is maybe even more extreme. I have not followed the editions between the Avalon Hill box set, and when I picked up the big new edition of Role-Playing in Glorantha. So I don't know where the stages of change throughout have been, but I don't find it especially approachable, in spite of my love of the art and the presentation and the setting and all of that sort of thing. I don't think I would run it out of the box, as it were. Jackals might have to fill that spot. We'll see. I don't know. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. And of course, and you can say this, and it's very true, if I were going to pick up and run RuneQuest, nothing is stopping me at my table from trimming out a lot of the stuff that I don't care about. Maybe getting rid of strike ranks and not worrying about, I don't know, hit locations. I don't know. Certainly, like when I run Call of Cthulhu, even if I run the current edition, I strip out several parts of it because it's my game. And I will run the game that I want to run that keeps the table fun and fair and enjoyable for my players. And I say fair, I mean, it's Call of Cthulhu. Nothing's fair about that. But keep it enjoyable for my players at my table, and if we don't have to sit there consulting the book to see how things work, all the better. Anyhow, that's it for me for now, and until next time, I have no idea what I'm going to record next time. We'll see. This was like the last thing I had for quite some time. So until next time, take care.